Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be talking about the Silver Coin Volume 1. Now, normally, I don't really review trade paperbacks or collections, but our friends at Image sent us some stuff to take a look at, and this looked really cool. I have been wanting to read this for a while because, let me tell you a little bit about the concept of the book. So, uh, Michael Walsh, who is an Eisner-winning artist from Star Wars, Black Hammer versus Justice League, like you've probably seen him in a bunch of things. So Michael Walsh is the only thing that you will see be a constant in this book. Each issue that compiles this collection was actually written by a different writer, and that's kind of the concept of the book. It's an anthology with this silver coin as the theme. So that's a really interesting concept because normally you'll have a writer that has multiple artists and maybe a story, but I don't think, as far as I remember, and if you know some other book like this, drop it in the comments. I don't remember a book where the artist was the thing that was constant and uh, the writers kept changing. And let me tell you this. The talent they spared no like the talent for this book is incredible. They spared like no expense or anything on this. So we have art and lettering by Michael Walsh, and we have five stories: one by Chip Zdarsky, one by Kelly Thompson, one by Ed Brisson, one by Jeff Lemire, and then one by Michael Walsh. So the last story in this book is written and drawn by Michael Walsh. So yeah, this is a very, very interesting concept. Um, and you get all kinds of stories. You get all kinds of different time periods for this. So that's the main thing. Let's talk about that real quick. This is a panel from the ticket, which is the first story by Chip Zdarsky about it. It follows a band and how they interact with the coin. So this is supposed to be in the 70s. So the art really changes from arc to arc, from story to story, even though Michael Walsh is doing everything. Um, I will say, I mean, I'm a big fan of Chip Zdarsky, so this was one of my favorite stories. Um, I overall, out of the five stories, three of them I really, really, really connected with. Two of them were interesting, but I felt like they didn't connect as much. I won't go into details as to which story was which. I guess the only clue you get is that I really like Zdarsky's story. Um, but then if we go to the next story here, like look how different the coloring and the art and the feel of it is, even though this is still the same kind of like, and I would even, I guess this is horror really. So yeah, like it's perfect for this time of the year, this collection. And image trades are normally not as expensive. They're, especially because you're getting five issues here. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you check this out. Like just the change in art style from the first book to from the first one to here. And let me show you one more. So these are two other stories. This is on the left we have the first of two stories that this one just kicks off immediately. Like this is the opening page of the story. Then we have one set in this like futuristic cyberpunk apocalyptic type of place. So like I said, it's all over the place, but you can even tell side by side how different these stories are by that, the art that Michael Walsh brings. So I think the moral of this review is that in a collection like this, I think um, it's interesting because if you gave this book to 10 different people, they would probably have a different favorite story, right? So like they would rank the stories in a completely different order, but having one common thread, it's really interesting. So I don't know, it's a cool concept. I believe this was going to be a five issue thing, and now it's an ongoing because I did get some information on what's coming up next. But let's take a look at one more art piece, or one more page. This is all one page, but I split it up just so it would fit better on the screen. Um, this is from the story of the Covenant, which is back in colonial times. You see this guy's really dressed like a pilgrim. You see the women as they deliver here the baby, their colonial like type of dress. So yeah, I mean, you kind of get all different types of settings, and it's really cool. Like, I don't really understand. I don't really know what the assignment was. I would like to ask Michael Walsh, like, okay, how did you present this project to the writers? Because I think it's really cool. So for issue 6, we will have Joshua Williamson do a story. Joshua Williamson will be taking over Batman from James Tynion the fourth. James Tynion would be perfect for a story in this book. Just by the way, issue 7 will have Ram V, who is the current writer of Swamp Thing at DC Comics, and that's pretty funny because the first 4 writers I feel like they do a lot more work with Marvel, and now we're getting some DC writers. But I mean, Michael Walsh, like, he probably knows everyone in the biz. And also coming up, I don't really have an issue number, but Vito Ayala and Matt Rosenberg, who are also 2 of my, like I'll read almost everything they put out, either of the writers. So yeah, I like all the writers that are on this book so far. I really, really dig Michael Walsh's art. And like I said, I think this is it's a fun story for the time of, like, this October Halloween. It feels like Halloween starts earlier and earlier every year, so this was a perfect time for me to read this and put out a video for it. So yeah, I very much enjoyed it. I recommend you pick this up, borrow it from your library, like, get it ask for it as a gift. Whatever the case, whatever it is, yeah, I think you're gonna like a couple, if not all, the stories in this, like I did. And like I said, some will connect more with you because depending on your sensibilities. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed the book, and I'm very thankful that I got to read it a little bit earlier. That's why you're seeing this review so early in the day. So yeah, thanks for watching this. Let me know if you read this, what your favorite story is. Let me know what other writer you would think would be a good fit for this book. Maybe we can reach out to Michael Walsh, give him some ideas. And I hope this series continues as long as they can continue to put out great stories. So thanks for watching. Remember to share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm also starting to do some streams at night, depending on, like, if I've seen a movie. I'll probably do one as a recap for Midnight Mass. I'm working through that show on Netflix, and I think it's really good. So yeah, let me know what else you're watching. Also, remember to check out our Patreon. All these videos, because I shoot a bunch of them at once, patrons get them first. Like all these reviews, you'll see them before they're on the channel. That's one of the perks of being a Patreon. You also get a little bit of we ask for feedback for our live shows. So check that out. Description's in the link below. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.